gone are the days when those suffering from hearing loss had bulky devices hanging behind their ears. Hearing aids these days, they're very discreet. And now if you see someone playing on their iPhone, well, they might just be adjusting their hearing aids. Here to show us, thanks Glenn, here to show us how technology is helping those who suffer from hearing loss, we have audiologist Ira Spiegel, who's a consultant for Belltone Canada. Welcome, Ira.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Okay, so this is a big deal. First of all, hearing aids used to be very conspicuous.
Right.
That in itself has changed completely, correct?
Right. Well, hearing aids over the years have gotten smaller and smaller, but still you had to manipulate the hearing aid with your hands.
Right.
And that is, if you're trying to conceal the fact that you had a hearing problem, that would give it away. But now with the iPhone, you just take your iPhone out, press the button 3 times, it brings up control panel,
Okay,
and you
so
can adjust
hopefully-
the loudness,
Oh my God.
change the settings, and no one would know that you're actually manipulating your hearing aid.
So you can change, and you can change according to the hearing loss in either ear, change
Or
it
both.
right,
You
or
can
both.
Yeah, you can do the right, the left, both together. You can change the programming for like a general program, something specific to a restaurant, telephone.
Okay, so contextually things can dramatically change. So before
Absolutely.
it was just this universal volume
Right.
thing.
Or you had to have a remote control, or
Right.
you had to push a button on the hearing aid to change the different programs.
Okay.
But now it's all done through the iPhone,
And-
without any intermediary device.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Now, talk about Belltone and their sort of foray into this world.
Okay, well, Belltone has been making hearing aids for about 75 years, and in February we introduced the world's first made-for-iPhone hearing aid.
Right.
And that's really changed everything. It's revolutionary.
You brought in some products here, so we
Yeah.
can kind of take a look.
Well, in addition to the iPhone, we have a full line of hearing aids. We've got the small mini in the canal hearing aids. We've got a regular canal hearing aid.
Right.
You can see that. This is the kind of hearing aid that we use right now for the iPhone hearing aid. It's called a receiver in the canal.
Okay, and so that's, I mean, again,
that's
a very
the,
dramatic difference
yeah.
from what we used to see.
And even the behind the ears, which used to be very big and bulky,
Right.
are now very small.
Now, do you think that that used to be a deterrent for people in terms of maybe not wanting to get their hearing checked because they didn't want to have to wear something so conspicuous?
Sure. When the hearing aids, when I started about 42 years ago, and at that time people were still wearing the box hearing aids with a big thick wire and big earpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it was very conspicuous. Fortunately, things have gotten smaller and smaller. And as hearing aids got smaller, they became more acceptable.
Let's talk about hearing loss in general, because we were having a discussion earlier, and you said you feel like it really should be part of somebody's annual
Right.
physical. Generally, it's not. How many people are affected by hearing
Well,
loss?
generally 10% of the population has some sort of hearing problem. So in Alberta, that would be about 360,000 people.
Wow.
Okay, as you get older, say about 65, now you've got about 35% chance of hearing loss. When you get up to 75, it's about 47% chance of hearing loss. So the older you get, the more chance of having a hearing loss. And again, in most medical offices, hearing tests are not done
Right.
on an annual basis as part of the physical. Eye tests are, everything else is tested, but hearing seems to be neglected.
So what are some signs, other than the obvious, like really not being able to hear conversations, but what are the signs that maybe hearing loss is sort of creeping in?
Mistaking words, having to say what'd you say, answering incorrectly when asked a question, like gee, that's a nice watch you have. What kind is it?
Right.
And someone would tell you it's 20 after 8.
Okay.
Something like that.
So starting to make some small
Yeah.
mistakes. And finally, who should you contact then? Do you go to your regular doctor, or should we talk to an audiologist?
You can go to a doctor or an audiologist. If you see a medical doctor, they're going to have to refer you to an audiologist or hearing specialist anyhow.
Anyway.
So you can go either way.
Okay, and if people are interested in Belltone and looking at their products, how do
Okay.
they find
You
that?
can see us on the web at www.belltone.com.
Okay, I'm Ira Spiegel, audiologist. Thank you very much. We'll put links on our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. Very nice to meet you. Thank you for
Nice to
being
meet
here.
you.